Coordinating Director Joe Assetti. The Associate Directors Ronald Hawkins and Jeff Cohan. Technical Director in Cleveland, Bill Marks. See you tomorrow. But you know, in addition to feeding Wide World of Sports on this occasion, because of a strike on French television, we're feeding the whole world this time?
Oh, I don't even want to think about that. We have too much to think about tonight.
How do you think about the competition here? How's it look to you?
Well, the story seems to be between the Russians and the Romanians, specifically Elena Mukhina from the Soviet Union, who leads by 1.5 tenths over her own teammate, Shaposhnikova, and Nadia Comaneci. Now, Comaneci is not the dominant factor anymore, but she's still the crowd pleaser, the one everyone's paying attention to. Whether or not she wins the all-around competition is going to depend on whether or not the judges want superior execution or superior difficulty.
Now, here is how the leaders stand. These are the marks they bring into this competition. Remember, just as in the men, in the women's competition, 1/2 of the mark they got in the team competition counts toward the individual all-around. So you have Mukhina just 2/10 of a point ahead of Comaneci and Shaposhnikova, then Eberly and Nellie Kim. Kathy Johnson of the United States, by the way, is tied for 8th, and Rhonda Schwant is 12th. But the competitor right now is the leader. This is Elena Mukhina of the Soviet Union. She's 18 years old, but she didn't seriously compete in the sport until she was 15, only 3 years ago. Couldn't even make the junior team 2 years ago.
She has a spectacular move in her bar routine, something that was made famous by Gordon Maddox and yourself. Right here, only it's a full twisting Corbett. Oh. Beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. That's exactly what Olga did at Munich, but with a twist, literally.
Exactly. She is moving so smoothly. You can see why she's leading at this point. Watch, heck back. Beautiful exercise.
That was a marvelous routine to start off the competition, for sure. Elena Mukhina. Get used to the name. You'll be hearing much more of it. Here we go in slow motion.
You'll see she does the same thing Corbett did. Stands on the bar, goes for a back flip with a layout position, only she adds the full twist.
She looks dangerous.
You can imagine what happens if that hand doesn't come around fast enough. Beautiful.
That's what Gordon was talking about a little earlier, that some of these moves are getting terribly dangerous, aren't they?
Difficult.
Here's the score, 9.9. Now, is that the way to start when you've got a 2/10 of a point lead? Well, you can only do 1/10 better. Now here's our first look at little Natalia Shaposhnikova, 17 years old, a new name on the Russian team, tied for second with Comaneci coming into this aspect of the competition. She's on the vault.
Does a very big layout Sukahara with a full twist, well executed.
Well, she really moves, doesn't she?
She sure does.
Very fast.
You can see the speed needed right here, and a powerful punch, low on flight. Here she goes. She immediately starts into her twist. A lot of vault. Beautiful.
Shaposhnikova, her mark, 9.85. Well, she'll lose 8 or 5/100ths to Mukhina in the marks, but that's not too much. She's still very much in contention. Coming up, Nadia Comaneci. Now on the vault, here is little Rhonda Schwant of the United States. You know, I don't know about technical things in this business, Kathy. That's no surprise to you. But this girl has that extra verve, that panache, really, that sometimes makes the difference.
She's not only a crowd pleaser, but on this event, she has the strongest push off the horse that I have ever seen. She gets the higher than anybody I've ever seen. Handspring front, beautiful. She was so high on that.
Rhonda Schwant claims to be 4 feet 11. You think she really is, Kathy?
Well, I'm 4'11.5", and
she's a little shorter than you.
Watch the height. She gets such punch off her arms. Her hips are high. She gets into that tuck position very quickly, spins it around, almost has time to open it up right there and land. Beautiful.
Well, she came in 12th place, but look at the mark, 9.8. A beautiful mark
well
for Rhonda
deserved.
Schwant. And now the usual murmur of the crowd as we come to Nadia Comaneci. She approaches the uneven parallel bars. Now remember, she trailed by only 2/10 coming to this exercise, but Mukhina has already turned in a 9.9. She needs a 9.9 to stay even.
It might be hard for her to do it. Like I said, it depends on what the judges are looking for. She's doing exactly the same routine she did. Oops, a fall. That completely knocks her out.
So
5/10 of a point.
We spoke earlier of the changing of the guard. It looks like it most certainly has happened. Nadia Comaneci completely coming apart on the uneven bars where she thrilled the world in Montreal.
You can see there's a little bit of strain. She left out one flange.
Now, is this a physical thing, or is it just impossible for her to get up for this the way she used to?
Well, she doesn't seem to be as motivated, and she also, the weight on the bars, on your arms, it's just too much for her, I think.
The 20 extra pounds never helps.
Here's the front flip. Good position here. She comes into the low bar. Beautiful full twist right here. Then she just seems to let go of the bar. She just probably too much weight on her arms.
Well, it comes as major news in the sports world when Nadia Comaneci can get only a 9.25. Nellie Kim of the Soviet Union. Well, Nadia couldn't do well. How about Nellie, the other gold medalist from Montreal?
Nice layout, Sukara. Beautiful vault.
She doesn't look like she's lost too much at age 21. Nellie's married now.
You can see the punch. She gets off the horse. So important to build that speed. Come into the horse low. Punch. Get those shoulders up and around. Good layout position all the way around.
Nellie Kim, and the mark, a sensational 9-9. She doesn't lose any ground at all to Mukina and moves ahead of Nadia Comaneci. Gymnastics Championships in Strasbourg, France. The women's individual all-around competition, and here's the way the leaders stand at the end of one exercise. Mukina is still the leader by 0.2 of a point, now over Shaposhnikova, her teammate, and her other teammate, Nellie Kim, who moved up from 5th. Then we have Amelia Eberly of Romania, but look, in 6th place, just behind Nadia Comaneci, we have Rhonda Schwant of the United States, who moved from 12th to 6th in one exercise. That sort of thing just doesn't happen in international class gymnastics. Well, here's Shaposhnikova on the uneven bars.
Watch that move. It's beautiful. She went from the low bar right to the high bar, took a tremendous amount of strength from the arms. She moves so easily. 2 giant swings. Moves, you see, that another brand new move. Giant swing with a half twist. Beautiful exercise. She moves like a man on high bar. Stalter shoot. Full twisting layout.
Okay, Natalia Shaposhnikova. We'll stand by her for her mark now.
Nice position in the Stalter. Shoots right up to that handstand. Right, beautiful timing. Should go right directly to the handstand. She pikes slightly, just slightly. Right into another giant swing with layout with a full twist. Perfect form.
Okay, that is Shaposhnikova on the uneven parallel bars. Waiting for her mark. Right now, though, let's move to the balance beam, because here is the leader, Elena Mukina of the Soviet Union. That lead still a narrow 0.2 of a point. 9.85 is the mark for Shaposhnikova on the unevens.
She's moving without any hesitation whatsoever. Beautiful. You can see the ballet training. Back flips solid as a rock. The rhythm has to keep moving. They only are allowed 2 stops.
If she should get 9.65 or less, she would drop out of the lead. 9.65 would be a tie, yeah.
So far, she's doing very well. You can see the careful movement, even on the back walkovers and the back handsprings, where they have to throw their arms. Everything is controlled.
What's her best event?
Well, I like this event and the floor exercise for her. Beautiful leap. Many times a gymnast will hesitate and not go quite as high as they should, not get a complete split because of nerves, but she just is working very well. Here's her dismount. Watch this. Round off, double back.
Beautiful. Elena Mukina does not look to this point like she is going to shake. Came in here, got a 9.9 on the first exercise, and I suspect that's going to be very strong.
On this dismount, it's so easy to miss those feet. She got both right on, got into that first tuck position, right into the second one. Beautiful.
There's the mark, 9.85. She doesn't lose a thing to Shaposhnikova. Still keeps that 0.2 of a point lead. Let's look at the remarkable 15-year-old from Los Alamitos, California, the town that also happened to produce Kathy Rigby. This is Rhonda Schwant from 12th to 6th in one exercise.
If anyone can give Marcia Fredericks a run for her money on this piece of apparatus, it's Rhonda. She works with such ease. Good stalter positions. Nice half twist. Here she goes into another stalter. And again. Whoops, she overspun it. She usually comes down to that low bar. She's going to have to improvise a little bit here.
She seems capable of doing that.
She has a great deal of strength. She's trying to get into that dismount. Here she goes. Beautiful.
Wow, she got into it all right. Rhonda
Long
Schwandt.
routine.
I don't know if the word aggressive applies in gymnastics, but she looks that way to me.
Very aggressive. There's her stomach whip. Look how high she gets. Feet on the bar. She's a little low on this front flip, but she gets it around. Right into a half twist. Comes out beautiful.
And look at the mark, 9.80. She's still underway. Nellie Kim coming up in a minute. And trying to prove that she is not over the hill at 21. She sure looked good on the vault, the first exercise.
And she had a brand new move in her very first opening. Goes right up to a handstand here. Stomach whip, intermediate move to get to that hex full. Beautiful position, perfect landing.
Another fine exercise by Nellie Kim. She looks pleased about it. On the first exercise, she moved from 5th place to a tie for second, only 2/10 out of the lead. And now she's trying to break out of that tie for second and move ahead of Shapashnikova. Let's look at slow motion.
You can see the stomach whip is just the intermediate move. It gets you to the next move, the more difficult move.
And take a look at this, excuse me, Kathy, but 9.9, that mark moves her ahead of Shapashnikova into solo possession of second place. We'll see how close she can get to the leader. Beautiful dismount, huh?
Great.
Amelia Everly got a 9.7 on the vault. She's still in 4th. Here should be a treat. Marcia Frederick of the United States on the uneven parallel bars. Marcia is the one we said who had the best mark of anybody on these unevens in the team championship.
She almost reminds me of Nadia. So breathtaking on this event. Every movement she does so easily.
Yet to come in these championships are titles on the individual pieces of equipment, which you'll be seeing later on Wide World of Sports. Another date.
Watch this. Right to a handstand. Full turn. A difficult move. Another stalter. Straddle up. Right to the handstand. Again. Beautiful. Perfect form. That's a 1.5 twist right into a full twist. The crowd is going to love this. And her dismount is a handstand, pike on the bar, front flip.
Wow.
Is a beautiful exercise.
Boy, that brought them to life, didn't it? Marcia Frederick of the United States. I said that the individual equipment championships are yet to come here, and she will go in as the favorite in the uneven bars. No Americans ever won a gold medal in a world championship.
Watch the position in her handstand. She shoots right at the exact moment.
And take a look at the mark, Kathy. Excuse me. 9.9.
Well deserved. Look at layout before the pike. Nobody does it like that. Beautiful.
Marcia Frederick of the United States on her way perhaps to a few gold medals in this sport. On the beam, Nadia Comaneci. Can she come back after that disastrous performance when she fell off the uneven bars? Let's see.
Well, she always seems to have pretty good control of concentration. Nice dismount anyway.
Well, as we picked her up in progress, having been watching Frederick, of course, on the uneven bars, she certainly looked good as far as her dismount was concerned.
She sure did. She's really gotten better arm positions. Doesn't seem to be so jerky on the balance beam. Concentration is there. She's going to try to get as much power into this strap, into this cartwheel, to get enough speed and height to complete a double twist. Very nice.
Okay, let's see her score. 9.8, and Nadia, as always in the background there, shows no display of emotion whatsoever. The crowd doesn't like it. And so the standings at the end of two of the exercises, Bukina still the leader by less than 2/10 now over teammate Nellie Kim, then Shapashnikova, Everly, Comaneci, and Rhonda Schwandt. We'll be right back with more. Here is Natalia Shapashnikova. Now, she's dropped 3rd place, but she's still only 2/10 out of the lead.
She's working very well here. She works well on her hands. The slight break there, only a tenth though. Extreme difficulty. Watch this. Back handspring, back layout. Whoops.
Up. And that's going to cost her.
Throw her out, I think.
How many tenths normally would that cost? Can you estimate it?
Yes, it's a 5/10 deduction now. The judges may add 2/10 though for difficulty. So she may only have a 3/10 deduction there.
All right, Shaposhnikova, one of the newcomers on the Russian team, and youth makes its mistakes.
2 back handsprings, double back dismount. Beautiful. What difficulty.
Okay, but for her, a disappointing performance. So she has to lose the 5/10 of a point, but could gain some of it back with those other moves.
You see that she was very low to begin with. Her legs were bent, and when your legs are bent like that, it throws you off.
No question of it. Okay, we'll give you her mark just as soon as it comes up. Right now, we're going to move to the floor exercise of the leader, Elena Mukhina. Now, it's tough to run in front in gymnastics as in any other sport. She still leads, but her lead over Nellie Kim now has been reduced to less than 2/10 of a point.
And watch her mount. Flip-flop, full twisting, double back.
Oof.
Such ease. Aerial walkover.
The mark for Shaposhnikova, only 9.40. She'll drop down.
They're very clever in picking their music. They try to get that audience to start clapping because it does influence the judges when the audience likes the routine. You recognize the music?
A bit of Dr. Zhivago.
Beautiful ballet. Every move is extended. Watch the toe point. Characteristic of the Russians. So good. I think they even take lessons in acting.
She has great variety of music, as you say. Terrific.
Change of pace is a requirement. Here's her last tumbling run. Needs to build up speed, good endurance. Double back, ending with a double back. Terrific.
Elena Mukhina, unshakable so far. Came in with that narrow lead and continues to hold on to it. Crowd really liking it, letting her know it as they have all the athletes this week. A very knowledgeable crowd.
You can see in this round off, she gets a great deal of speed going, as so important. Flip-flop right into a double back with a full twist. One, and there's the other one with a full twist. Comes out of it very high, beautiful.
Look at the mark, 9.955 of a point from perfection. Now again, here is Rhonda Schwant of the United States. Remember, she moved from 12th to 6th. She's only 2/10 behind Nadia Comaneci for 5th place. Oh, but that, again, is going to cost her dearly. Seems to be a lot of trouble on the beam tonight, Kathy.
Looks like everybody's slipping off on moves that they probably never fall off in the gym. Aerial walkover, slight break. But with the difficulty that they're doing now, it's very understandable.
Does she have a bad ankle? I see the bandage.
Yes, she does. It's from vaulting. It's a vaulting injury. And it's also difficult to work with a bandage on your foot on the balance beam because it's hard to feel the beam, and that's important. She's regained her composure. She really knows how to cover up moves when she has slight breaks.
I bet she's the kind of youngster who gets really mad at herself for something like that, too, isn't she?
Yes, she does, and as well as her coach sometimes. On a flip-flop. Layout with a full twist.
Okay, Rhonda Schwant. That one's going to cost her.
You see, right? She's in good position here. No problem. Just a ballet move. Here she goes. Looks like her foot just slipped off slightly and pulled her right off. Her shoulders were off to the left a little bit on that.
Just simply slipped down, that was all. score, 9.05. That'll drop her down in the standings, no question of it. Balance beam. She has turned in 2 consecutive 9.9s, but she's still in second place behind Mukina. Now she has to shoot at that 9.95 Mukina got.
She has very nice rhythm in this exercise. She's moving very freely, no hesitation, something the judges are looking for. She's a veteran to this kind of competition. Beautiful arm movements.
She has, in fact, seen it all. World Championships to the Olympic Games. Nellie Kim.
This, besides all other events, takes the most concentration.
At Montreal, there was so much commotion about all the 10s that Nadia got. Some people forget that this young lady also had 10s.
That's right. Well-deserved 10s.
Nellie Kim still looking very, very good.
Nice flexibility. You can tell she's getting ready for a big move. Flip-flop, double twisting back layout for dismount. Beautiful.
Another gorgeous performance by Nellie Kim, the Tartar girl from way out in the Soviet Union. Again, very well received by the crowd here in Strasbourg. There's her coach, Polina Ashtakova, another great Olympian.
Here she goes into her dismount. You can see that the placement of the feet are so important. It's so easy to slip, as we've seen in the past. Straight over at the top. Watch the second foot punch off. That gives her the height. Good rotation, double twist, and she comes out right on time.
A third straight 9.9 for Nellie Kim. She's still within 2/10. Nadia Comaneci, queen of the gymnastics world, now fighting to stay in the top 5. She comes to the floor exercise. Well, here's a new routine of hers, and this is kind of strange, isn't it?
It's either like it or totally dislike it. It's the strangest routine. A lot of movement, not really jazz, not really ballet, just movement. Some of her old moves are her old dance moves, such as that. I've never seen a routine like this before.
Well, what do you think? What's your opinion?
I personally like the more balletic style, Jim. I think that it's a lot more difficult to do, and this is just, to me, almost wasting energy. When she is flexible, she does have the grace that she needs. Because she never fully extends anything. It's just jumping around.
Trying to get a little humor in it, looks like.
Lay out, step out. Not as much difficulty as she used to have.
Nadia Comaneci, as unsmiling as ever. But the attitude seems to me a little bit different, Kathy, almost as if the old drive isn't quite there. Well, there's a conference on Nadia's mark. I wonder if the judges are a bit confused as to whether or not to like this radically new style of floor exercise.
Well, not only that, but she also didn't have the difficulty that she used to have that gave her the 10.0s. She left out a double twist at the end of her routine that she used to have. She also did a double back at the beginning of her routine that she now no longer does.
Well, they made their decision. They like it. Well, most of them do. 9.80, and a very mixed reaction from the crowd. Some cheers and some whistles and catcalls. Now, Kathy Johnson of the United States has to either decide to go ahead with the catcalls still echoing and ignore them, or else to wait. And she could wait if she wanted to, but it looks like she's going to start right in.
Well, they usually quiet down the minute she starts.
Kathy came in here in 9th place. She moved up to 7th on the first exercise, but then had a fall off the balance beam and dropped down again to 9th.
If you want to compare two different styles, this is a good double twist. Kathy is very balletic. Her best event.
19 years old. Started a little bit late in gymnastics, really. She was 12 when she began.
It is a bit late, but I think she had a few years years of ballet prior to that, which has helped a great deal. Second tumbling run. Have to do a front tumbling run. Handspring front with a half twist, round off, pike back. Beautiful, good height. Her back flip should be at least shoulder height. We're showing the change of pace.
The American national champion, winner of the American Cup a year ago, gymnast of the year.
There isn't much you can say except that it's a beautiful exercise. A brand new one for her this year. I might add the pianist used to be the Romanian pianist, and he is now the American. Double twisting, back layout on her dismount. Great endurance. Beautiful.
The pride of Belcher, Louisiana, or Louisiana if you prefer, Kathy Johnson. One of the big ovations of this competition so far, and she marches off. That's a characteristic style of hers. You used to do it something like that, didn't you?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Love that smile at the end there, too. It takes so much endurance on a dismount at the end of a routine to do a double twist, a single twist, let alone a double twist.
9.75, and the crowd thinks that is much too low.
It is much too low. She did a beautiful job, had much more difficulty, especially more than Nadia Comaneci. She ends with a double twist. And the crowd is going crazy.
Well, this crowd, I've said it a couple of times, that all week long they've been getting more and more expressive. They say exactly what they think. And they think that the American girl really was denied what she achieved there.
You wonder how the judges can justify that to themselves.
So it goes on. They've stopped the championship here, literally. Okay, well, until they make up their minds and get things started again, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back for the final exercise.
Gymnastics Championships, Strasbourg, France, our colleague Jim McKay.
We're back at the World Gymnastics Championships in Strasbourg, France, where this demonstration has been going on for close to 10 minutes now. It has not stopped. Seems a little bit quieter at the moment than it was, but the judges are still conferring, and whether they're conferring about raising the mark of Kathy Johnson or whether they're simply conferring about how to get the demonstration quieted down, I don't know. The blonde-haired gentleman turning away there, just on the left of your screen, is Frank Baer of the United States Gymnastics Association, and he's also a vice president, is he, of the International Association?
Yes, the FIG, and he has, in fact, everybody in there is on the technical committee, and they're all conferring. Now, I don't see how they can justify 9.75.
There's a lot of security here, by the way. You saw the gendarmes standing by. I think most of the week it has been because the nation of Israel is here, and the usual precautions we see everywhere in the world these days have taken place. We've had men in the lobbies of the hotels with submachine guns and that sort of protection, and they have changed the mark. They gave her a 9.9.
Well-deserved 9.9. Terrific.
Well, this will be encouragement to sports crowds all over the world. They won't give up anymore.
Great.
I can hear it now in the National Football League or college football games. They'll just keep shouting until they get the ref to change his mind. Well, there's a happy Kathy Johnson. It all turned out pretty well, young lady. Okay, time to move now to the final exercise. What a night. With one exercise to go, it's a two-way battle for the World Championship here. Women's individual all-around. Mukina with a 2/10 lead over her teammate Nellie Kim. That's the battle. Shaposhnikova is third. Everly is fourth. Nadia Comaneci down in fifth place. Unofficially, Kathy Johnson, the United States, with that great 9.9 after the demonstration, has moved into seventh place in the standings. But here's Mukina with her final effort. Lena Mukina, new women's individual all-around world champion. Elena Mukina, the leader. Only a 2/10 lead over Nellie Kim, but a good-looking ball.
Beautiful ball. Handspring front with a half twist. Actually, it's a 1.5 front flip. Very happy about that.
She She's happy, looking a little bit tired at age 18. The pressure of this, as well as the physical effort, is really something.
Once again, you'll see that height is most important, along with rotation. You need a powerful punch from those shoulders. You don't want to bend your arms. You want to keep your arms as straight as possible.
And as she goes over in slow motion, the mark comes up 9.9. It's all over then. This youngster has won the women's individual all-around world championship. Even with a perfect mark of 10, Nellie Kim, who is yet to come, could not beat her. At age 18, Mukina, a new name on the world scene, is the world champion. How about that? Amelia Everly here needs a 9.9 to win a bronze medal to move past Sapochnikova, who had a 9.8 on her exercise on the final round.
So far, she's moved very well. Lots of difficulty, works well on her hands.
Very, very tight competition here.
Watch this. Full turn. She's playing it safe. She's being very careful.
Mukina, remember, has won the championship. Nellie Kim, who's yet to come, appears to be safe in second. Oh!
And another fall on a slip
Final
of one
moment.
foot. What a disappointment.
Could this be a particularly slippery beam? We've seen it all week long.
I don't think so. I think the girls are a little bit tired.
Well, I can imagine her being tired. I don't know about the Romanian conditioning program, but that girl looks too thin to me.
You'll see that her left foot, just like many of the other gymnasts that fell, misses the beam completely. Her right foot, actually.
Yeah. That's very dangerous, too. She could have been badly hurt, couldn't she?
The great thing about gymnastics, you learn how to fall.
Okay. So it'll be no bronze medal for this poor little Amelia Everly right now. She's only 14 years old. And there's the score, 9.25. She would have had an extremely good mark, this little girl, had it not been for the fall on the dismount. And now Nellie Kim performing on the floor exercise. She cannot catch Mukina, remember, but with any respectable performance here, will wrap up a solid silver medal.
Moving very well. I've always enjoyed watching her on this event, as well as millions of other people. There's another tumbling run. Full, double twist, beautiful. At the end of her routine.
And there it is. Nellie Kim didn't shake a bit. She's had 3 straight 9.9s, and although she knew she had already lost the championship, she finishes with a smile, with a great performance, and unquestionably with another fine mark. And look at the mark. 9.95, only 5/100ths from perfection, and unofficially, we say she lost the gold medal by only 15/100ths of a point. Now here is Nadia Comaneci with her final event, the vault. Can she pull up from 5th place, maybe to 4th?
Let's see if she has the punch. Handspring front. Good landing. Beautiful fall. Nice finish for Nadia.
That looked like the old Montreal Nadia.
She should be happy about that. You can see the power just like she used to have. She gets tremendous height. She's so determined here. She starts into that tuck early. Lifts, tight tucks. Beautiful dismount. No steps whatsoever.
Couldn't have been much better, could it?
Nope.
Look at the mark. That couldn't be much better. Finally, for Nadia, a 9.9. It's a good one, at least, to end up the championship. Well, it's the moment of victory here at the World Gymnastics Championship. A 1-2-3 finish for the Soviet Union. The winner, 18-year-old Elena Mukina, but only by 15/100ths of a point over her teammate, Nellie Kim. Nellie in the white uniform with the silver medal. 3rd place to little Natalia Sapochnikova, also of the Soviet Union. In 4th position, Nadia Comaneci. She moved up from 5th with a valiant performance on the final vault. In 5th position, her teammate Amelia Everly. As for the Americans, unofficially now, Kathy Johnson was 7th and Rhonda Schwandt was 9th. A fine performance for them. In the team championships earlier this week, Japan was the winner among the men, with the Soviet Union 2nd, East Germany 3rd, and the United States a most remarkable 4th. In the women's competition in the team, it was the Soviet Union, followed by Romania, East Germany, Hungary, and the United States in 5th position, also most respectable. Travel arrangements made through and a promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United built the largest airline in the free world.
International Gymnastics Competition.